everybody. Welcome to our first podcast. My name's Haley, and I have a very special guest with me, Anna from SHOC. So this is a very special episode to me because my grandmother was diagnosed with cancer last year, and it was a very dark and troubling time, and she didn't really have much light in her life, and she ended up getting a SHOC bag, and it was full of socks, lotion, bracelets, coloring books, and she was sitting on a couch. I was sitting on the floor, and she was pulling everything out, and she just was so smiley, and it just made her really happy. And she was like, when I get through with this, I want to give back to them. I want to help them. And so we're living on her legacy through that. So I wrote down some questions so I wouldn't forget. So if you want to tell everybody what SHOC stands for.
Okay, SHOC, spelled SHOC, stands for Surviving Helpers, Helping Others Cope.
What is SHOC's mission, and what inspired the whole thing to start?
Our mission, we're just a small group of cancer survivors, all of us, and our hope is to be a servant to someone else who's going through exactly what we went through and just add a little bit of sunshine to their day.
I love that. Can you walk us through what goes into one of each care bag, and how do you decide what to put in the bags?
Yes. Well, we actually provide two bags. This one we call our chemo bag. This is a 31 tote bag that has been provided by one of the ladies in our SHOC group, Missy Longmire, for 19 years probably has supplied these, along with fundraisers that she's done and where people's donated money to buy these bags. And they're very nice. People always are very delighted because they can be used for a long time for anything. But this bag comes with all the things that she said plus more. And you can see it's large. It holds a lot. Sometimes we can barely carry these because there's so much in them. There's a big blanket that comes over the top that rounds it. We fill all the pockets up. So this is really neat after you've taken everything out to just zip it up and take it along with you on your chemo days. And it holds your snacks, your blanket, things that you would need for that day. So it's a neat little tote. Another one that we have been providing the last couple of years is called a radiation bag. And it is a 31 zipper pouch, smaller scale, that we put things that would help you along, like chapstick, lotion, hand sanitizer, and a gift card for gas, because a lot of times there's expenses with the radiation going back and forth every day. So we have these two different bags that we do supply.
About how many bags do you think you do in the handwritten cards that you give out?
We probably do between 50 and 70 of these in 1 year. It just depends. Sometimes a little bit more, sometimes maybe a little less. Probably about the same amount as the radiation bags. Some people only do radiation, and we didn't have anything to give to those people. So that's where the radiation bag comes in. So we probably do close to that number as this, and some people do both. So they'll get a chemo bag and a radiation bag when they start radiation.
Is there a moment or story from your time with SHOC that really reminded you of why you do this?
Yes, there's many. I guess the coolest memory is when we started 19 years ago, we had nothing. What we did came out of our own pockets. We had nothing. And there was a child in the hospital in Nashville, and the dad had requested, could we help him get a bicycle? Because the dad was staying down there and he needed some transportation from where he was living to the hospital. And I remember we all dug down in our pockets, chipped in, and bought him a really nice bicycle to go back and forth to the hospital. So to think about that day of what we did to where we are now because of people is pretty miraculous to us, that God has blessed us so much.
What are some of the most needed items right now, and how can our listeners help meet those items?
Well, we do have a list of suggested items that go in the bag that I have given you, or can get you a copy. There's two items right now that we're really short on, and those are men's caps, because we provide these for children, ladies, and men. So we're short on men caps. I think we're pretty much close to being out of those now. And also we're out of we call them throws, or a nice light blanket. That's something that could be taken to the chemo lab, or you cover up with at home, something we can roll up and it'll fit in the top of this bag. We're really short on those. Or if anybody crochets, Crocheted ones are very, very popular. We get lots of comments on all the crocheted Africans. So those are our 2 most needed items right now.
She'll send me the list and I'll put it on social media or in the comments of wherever I might post this. So be on the lookout for that. So we'll actually be accepting donations now until the end of September. If somebody wants to donate outside of that time, how can they contact you to donate?
I am on Facebook. You can contact me through Messenger under Anna Harlan, Harlan. I'll be happy to meet anywhere to pick up any items. We get donations all the time that we gather, and it doesn't just have to be something on the list. If you come across something pretty and you think, oh, I could see a lady going through treatments that might enjoy that, we're good with that. We just have we never turn down anything.
Okay.
But you can contact me there or at my cell phone, 423-215-4923.
Before we wrap up, is there anything else you'd like to share about SHOC that I didn't mention, or anything you just like to share?
I think one thing that we did skip over there, we did start 19 years ago, and there was a precious lady by the name of Robin Bonham that came up with her name, and sadly Robin is no longer with us, but she is the one that came up with the unique name SHOC, with it being spelled the way it is. So we always like to recognize her. She was a precious, precious sweet lady who did a lot of encouraging to other people. And even though we are based out of Morgan County, we will serve anyone. I mean, her grandmother was from Lenore City, was that right?
Yes.
So we can serve anyone. We don't have any limits. Cancer has no limits, and we don't have any limits. We basically are our own bosses, and we try to treat the person individually according to what your needs are. We do have monetary support that we do give people, send out encouragement cards. There's a lot to it. There's a few of us that stay very busy, but we feel like that it's our calling and that we're here to serve others.
Thank you. Before we wrap up, if we'll be accepting donations, like I said, from August to the end of September, you can Venmo me on Generations of Grace, or you can DM me, text me. My number is everywhere. So if you would love to donate to this amazing cause, please just reach out, and all the money that has been raised will go straight to them, or I will get some of the stuff on their list and give it to them.
We thank you, Haley. You're a doll for doing this, and your grandmother's smiling. Oh, she is.
Thank you. I'm going to cry. Thank you again for coming down here to sit with me and let me interview you.
All right. Thank you for having us. We appreciate everything that everybody does for us.
God is in this story.